Okay, folks, here's how we determine the polarity on our little high voltage module. Now, the polarity on the input is marked with a red indicating positive, and then of course the green is negative. And you're putting DC in, supposed to be rated 3.6 volts to 6 volts, I believe, if I remember correctly. But I have my output, and the output is not indicated because the wires look the same, at least not that I can tell. Maybe you would buy one and they did indicate it if you, maybe they changed this product to where they do indicate it on some of them. I don't know, but mine were not indicated, the ones I purchased. So I put these resistors here in series on both sides, and this is really to stop voltage from coming back on it and destroying it from the laser. But as you can see, there's a large enough resistor where a spark's not going to jump around it. They're really big, big old high wattage resistors. But it's a 50 ohm resistor. It's just an arbitrary amount that I chose based on its side. And I put these inductors here, which they don't offer much, but I went ahead and left them in place anyway. Arbitrary number of turns, arbitrary size wire, just to stop voltage from coming back on it from the laser, high voltage when the capacitor discharges. But what I've got here is I've got a little neon lamp connected across the output post here on the end opposite of that output from the transformer. And as you can see on this little neon lamp, it's got two little elements in it, and the element that's negative is going to light up. Now, I already know which one's negative, but this is how you're going to have to determine what the polarity is on this little high voltage module if it's not marked. And you don't want to leave it on for a long time. This lamp here is not ballasted. It's very small. It doesn't have a ballasting resistor like they normally have when they're used for real applications. And so I'm going to switch it on real briefly to take a look at it. And there we go. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it kind of floods the camera. But the right little element right there is lit up, and the left element is not lit up. I think you can barely make it out. The camera, the brightness of it kind of floods the camera. But the right one lights up, the negative one doesn't. And I'll switch it off. And so what that's telling you then is that this side over here, closest to me, is negative. So then what you want to do is you want to go on your transformer like I did here and mark the polarity. I marked a plus sign with a little red marker by the one that is positive. That way you'll know from that point on forward what the polarity is of your transformer when you use it for your laser. You'll at least know which, and for anything else that you decide to use this for, any other kind of project, at least that way you'll know that the high voltage DC output, you'll know which is positive and which is negative on that high voltage output.